Good day to all of you praying people out there. Thanks again for tuning in to another podcast episode of the Bowtie Prayer Guy. My name is Clay Elliott, and indeed I am the Bowtie Prayer Guy in the flesh. So, thanks for listening, and once again, our podcast episode is brought to you by Contact Mission USA, a European and international church planting organization. And today is no different than any other day, it seems. I indeed have a bow tie on. And the bow tie I have on today is one that you actually have to tie yourself, because if you call yourself a bow tie prayer guy, you should be able to tie a bow tie. So, my bow tie is a bone color, and it has like light blue and rust and like an orangish color in it as well. And of course, as per usual, all of you really, really wanted to know all about that, I know. So, with me today, I'm super excited. I have a special guest, my buddy Jon Gainer. And Jon and I have known each other for about 10 years. And I'm going to let Jon introduce himself, and we'll keep rocking and rolling here. Jon, how are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing great. As Clay said, I'm Jon Gainer. I was a missionary in Kremenchuk, Ukraine for 11 years. Now I'm the director for Eastern European expansion here at Contact Mission. And looking forward to talking about prayer and how that affects our lives with Clay and with all of you today.
That's awesome. And do you have children?
I do. Children, wife. Yes.
Children, wife, all of that good stuff.
Not in that order, though.
No.
The wife came first.
The wife came first.
Yes,
okay.
Yes,
all right.
Yes.
That's good.
So, yeah, I've been married for 24 years. 24 years.
Look out. He even knew the number.
24 years, yeah. It'll be 24 in October.
Okay.
And I have 4 kids. I have 3 teenagers. Well, actually, Alex is no longer a teenager.
Yeah.
August is going to be 21.
Yeah, no kidding. He's going to be an adult.
Mind-blowing how fast, how quickly that goes. Yeah. So I have a 21-year-old, a 19-year-old, and an 18-year-old, and then I have an 11-year-old girl. So my boys are off to college. My youngest son just graduated from high school, and so we are semi-empty nesters.
Yeah.
There's still one little chick peeping around in the nest.
She keeps you guys on your toes and keeps you young.
That's right.
It's good.
That's right.
It's good stuff. Yeah. By the way, she does believe that my office is the coolest. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
For those of you who don't know, Clay has a plethora of small office toys on his desk. And so my 11-year-old daughter just thinks, this is the coolest office ever.
Mm-hmm. I did that by design, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because I need that. Apparently, I need validation from your adorable 11-year-old daughter. So,
well, I did what I could.
All right, so here's what we're going to do today. I thought we're going to take a prayer thought that I wrote about in previous months, and we're going to read through it because then there's going to be prayer action along with it. But what we want to do today is enjoy sort of a back and forth conversation about what is in this this article that I wrote, and maybe ask some questions of the two of us, but also ask some questions of all of you who are listening as well. And so without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start reading, and we can stop and start, but I think that it's a really, really great idea to think critically about prayer and prayer that can be stagnant at times or can be a really, really great joy when you're really intimate with the Lord. So this article that I wrote months and months and months ago is called Dry Cisterns. And for those of you who don't know what a cistern is, John, do you know what a cistern is?
I do.
What is a cistern?
It's like a giant hole in the ground where they get water from.
Yeah.
Because it's hooked up to an underwater aquifer.
Yeah. So if you're like...
Didn't know I knew the word aquifer.
Aquifer, look at you. You're just jumping right in there with the big words. If you've seen movies like Indiana Jones, usually cisterns have snakes in the bottom of them and not any
They're
water.
all bad news.
They're all bad news. So this one, hopefully, when we get done with it, this cistern is going to be good news.
Let's hope there's some water.
Let's hope there's some water. So here's what I wrote. You ready? All right. What do we do when our spiritual life gets stagnant? Maybe at some point in the last year or even year and a half, you've experienced a dry spell in your relationship with the Lord. Maybe in your times spent with others, you've experienced some of this. Or maybe just in life in general. I know that I have. In fact, I've actually experienced some of that even now, not just months and months ago when I wrote this. And we've all heard the spiritual cliches like fake it till you make it, or keep reading and praying even if you don't want to or don't experience anything. You're bound to get a breakthrough at some point. As well-intentioned as these things are, what if the breakthrough doesn't come in a fairly timely fashion? Or what if it doesn't come at all? What then? My answer may sound very familiar. In fact, it may sound like one of the cliches I just got done refuting. But this one is a biblical mandate that I believe can quench our dry souls and hearts. Jesus says these words in Matthew 7:7-9. And I really enjoy the Holman Christian Standard translation here. He says, keep asking and it will be given to you. Keep searching and you will find. Keep knocking and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who searches finds, and to the one who knocks, the door will be opened. So there are certain things that the Lord Jesus has asked of us to do when we're in these dry spells. He says, keep asking, keep seeking, keep knocking. Do the things that will open the door, and I will appear. I will be there no matter what. This passage is certainly not just for salvation. It's actually also for sanctification. When we come before the Lord in prayer, we humbly submit to His sovereign plan, not our own. We also realize the incredible need of dependency we have for Him to carry us through each and every day. Keep asking, keep seeking, keep knocking. Don't you dare give up, he says. It's worth it to stick it out with me, even when your soul seems parched, even when work is hard, even when parts of life don't make any sense. The command to do these three things is immensely life-giving when we take them seriously and put them practically into practice. So let's go back up to the top here, John. I think that it's really interesting that I started this off with a question. What do we do when our spiritual life gets stagnant? When it's not like flowing, and when things seem really, really difficult, when it's hard, when you feel like your prayers don't reach past the ceiling and things like that. So what do we do with all of that? What have you done with all of that?
I would say that I'm actually in sort of that season right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would kind of a waiting period. I know that there's something coming around the bend, and I know that the bend is just up ahead, within the next year or two. But I have no idea what's there. And it kind of feels like God is distant, that He's not hearing me.
Yeah.
And, while those things seem cliche, to fake it till you make it, as you said at the beginning.
Sure.
My goodness, it seems like very true in much
Yeah.
of life.
Yeah.
And not that we should be faking it. I
Right.
don't know that faking it is what we're trying to say when we tell people
Yeah.
to do this. So we would say this in the military all the time:
Sure.
fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of keep doing it until a breakthrough comes.
Until your soul actually is not just full of the knowledge, but also experiences that as well.
Well, yes.
Right.
I mean, we have this idea in our society that we do things because we feel like doing them. That's certainly a popular way to look
Sure.
at things, or do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
This is kind of saying the opposite. It's kind of putting prayer in this area of an action that we have a duty to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That, yes, it generates feelings, of course. It generates good emotions. But it's not the purpose of prayer to generate emotions for me. So it kind of takes the focus off of what do I get out of prayer,
Yeah.
and puts a focus on doing what I've been told to do: pray often, or pray
Without
constantly,
ceasing.
pray
Yeah.
without ceasing.
Yeah.
It kind of says, prayer is not about what you get out of it necessarily.
Yeah.
You will get things out of it,
Sure.
but it's not about that. And so that's why, Jesus kind of says, knock until your knuckles bleed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really I think it's like a way of living out our faith.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, in the dry periods, I have to have more faith.
So have you
I
had?
have to exercise
Yeah.
belief.
Yeah, for sure. Have you had those cliches thrown at you before?
Yeah. And I mean,
fake it till you make it, and hey, buck up, little camper, you're gonna do it, and you'll
I
be
think I've
okay,
said those things to
right?
my very self, kind of like, get it together, man.
Get it together. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know that there's anything wrong with those, to be honest with you. I mean, in the sense in which it's saying, keep going
and persevere. Right?
Persevere. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't like the fake it till you make it,
Yeah,
because
right.
it makes it appear as if, at one point it's genuine and another point it's not genuine.
Right.
But certainly in our day and age, we have a tendency to attach our feelings to what we do. And this is kind of saying, even if it doesn't feel good, keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that is appropriate.
I mean, I feel like the one devoted to much prayer perseveres even amidst pain and difficulty.
Yeah.
Right? Even when you don't have those warm fuzzies and that feeling, you still know that the sovereign God of the universe is actually closer than a brother and is there and can lift you out. I mean, one of the most beautiful Psalms, I think, is Psalm 37, 23 and 24. And it says, a man's steps are established by the Lord, and he takes pleasure in his ways. Though he may fall, he will not be overwhelmed, because the Lord holds his hand.
Yeah.
And so if we feel like we're in that dry spell, and we feel like we're in that cistern with no water at all, and it's just as dry as can be, it's bone dry. Oftentimes, I think what happens in my own head and in a lot of people that I talk to about prayer, they go, well, see, I'm down in this huge hole, and Jesus and like all the spiritual stuff is way up high in the heavens, and I'm trying to climb out of this hole, and I can't make it. And to me, what that passage is saying is, hold on a second. Jesus is actually at the bottom of the cistern with you. And he goes, all right, take my hand, and I'm going to lead you out. And I think that is what quenches my spirit. That's what gets me away from feelings of melancholy, of feelings of despair at times, of feeling like I'm not praying in the way that I could or should, expecting God to do huge, amazing, mighty things because of what you just said about my faith. It has to be bolstered.
But don't you
Right.
think? I mean, sometimes I think God dries up the water because He wants us to dig deeper.
Yeah.
And
Say more about
when
that.
we were on the field,
Mm-hmm.
and we had been there for maybe 6 years. We had finished our first church plant. We had a second church that was really going gangbusters, and this one I had the most influence on because we had started this one from scratch. The other one we had kind of come in as it was being done.
Okay.
But we had a church because of some rumors that were completely untrue spread throughout us the church. We had a church, a major church for us, a major sporting church, pull their support. And we had come to the conclusion that we had, max 3 months that we could continue to stay on the field.
Wow.
And it was terrifying, because, what do you do? Do you come back to the United States and try to raise more support?
Sure.
And I remember going through all kinds of things that I could do to fix the problem. Can I send out more newsletters? Can
Sure.
I communicate more with my partnering churches? Can I ask other people from those churches to partner with us financially? And certainly I should do those things.
Yeah.
But it was really about me trusting God to come through.
By the way, just FYI, John and I are both fully support raised missionaries.
Right.
For everybody that wants to understand what you're sort of talking about.
Yeah.
You get, and I get, donors and people that believe in the ministry that we're doing, and they give us.
Well, and I've had
that
people
support.
ask, like, how do you get paid?
Yeah,
And it's,
sure.
It's literally mission committees at several churches.
Yes.
And about 30 people
Mm-hmm.
who give a little bit that adds up to what allows me and
Salary.
my family to
Yeah.
do what we need to do. But
Right.
um,
But it was a trust.
it was a trust issue. And you know
Issue.
what brought it up? My brother-in-law gave me a book. And if you guys haven't read this book, it's amazing. It's called God's Smuggler.
By Brother Lawrence.
Yes, Brother
Is that right?
Lawrence. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Brother Lawrence. And it is unbelievable how this guy just would rely on God for things. He would announce that he was going to have cake and coffee, yet he had no cake and coffee for this small group. He would just expect it to show up.
Wow.
And so it really motivated me to put my reliance on God and to kind of back off from saying, I am the sovereign.
Sure.
And so at that time, the director of Ukraine had come up to me and he said, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Are you going to leave Ukraine? Are you going to move back to the United States? And I said, I'll let God handle it. And he said, but you're not going to have enough money to live here or get back to the United States. And I said, he'll take care of it. And 2 days later, I got a call from the U.S. Director of Contact Mission who said, I met a church who said they're looking for an American missionary doing church planting in Eastern Europe. and they're going to support you.
Wow.
And that church came alongside us for the exact amount that the other church left us for.
Wow.
And it was really a time of, it was time of extremes, right? We went from dry, what are we going to do? God, where are you? And then the dam breaks, the water gushes forth. And so I like this verse because it encourages us to keep digging deeper, to keep going, and to not let our prayer life, our spiritual disciplines, to not let those things dictate our actions, our spiritual actions and spiritual disciplines, but to let the commands of the Almighty God dictate those things.
Yeah,
and then let him do what he does.
Yeah, it's a dependence issue rather than like feeling like I'm autonomous and self-sufficient and I can do all of these things. It's all right, I need to ask and seek and knock and do that so that Jesus is king and ruler and lord of my heart and my life. And I think that that's what is really, really a joy. Once you get to that point, which there are days that I'm okay with that, and then there are days where I'm like, no, I'm my own sovereign, and I can do things my own way. I'm in charge. Everything is good, and obviously everything is a train wreck.
Right.
When I try to do things my own way.
Right. And you know what, like I said, I think God kind of builds in doors for us to knock on. Because when we knock on the door, we once again submit our hearts to his sovereign will. And we once again trust in him. And so he's looking for us to build trust, for us to build faith. And unfortunately, I'm an idiot like everybody else, and I have to constantly be reminded that my future is in his hands.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's right. So think about the prayer action that we're thinking through this week. Here's what I wrote. At least 3 times this week, spend the first 5 to 7 minutes of your prayer time asking, seeking, and knocking. Maybe there's a particular decision that's plagued you for a while. Maybe it's an important one. Maybe there are things in your life that need to be confessed. Or maybe you just need to spend some time allowing yourself to be drenched with the beautiful grace and mercy of God. Ask him for these things. He will answer. He will do it.
And he may not do it on the time you expect.
Exactly right. Yeah.
So keep going.
His timeline is much different than ours. But I think the one beautiful thing that I always keep going back to is James chapter 4 says that he gives us more grace. And that it's because of his name's sake that he is merciful. It's because of his character that he is merciful toward us. And I think that forgiveness and grace and the opportunity to find mercy in the Lord Jesus is ours when we ask in faith for those things to happen.
You know, I think, and maybe this would be a good one to close it on.
Yeah.
Think about a quote from C.S. Lewis. He said, "The God of perfect timing is rarely early."
Yeah.
So friends, keep on knocking.
Yeah.
Keep on asking. Keep on searching. And trust that he is always on time. Perfectly.
Absolutely. Yeah. John, thanks so much for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
And talking about this. And thanks to you guys for listening and being with us. And remember, until next time, keep on praying. Blessings.